Beyonce and Mariah Carey actually did private New Year's gigs for a mass murderer's kids.
Is this him before the gig?
The Royals loved the show. Everyone was happy.
Didn't they kill a journalist like less than a year ago?
If you work a full fucking week at a job, you should be able to pay your fucking rent. At least these fucking billionaires, they need to be put down.
To Bill, he's like, yeah, no, that's oppressive. But me whitewashing Saudi Arabia, the royal family, that's not.
I thought this place was gonna be really tense. And I'm thinking like, is that a Starbucks?
Guys, is there a capitalism here? I know in my country capitalism bad, but now I'm in a new country where they pay me $1.5 million to talk for a half hour. Wait, capitalism good?
It was a mind-blowing experience.
It was a great experience. I went to a place and they cheered for me, so I felt good about myself. I'm a baby. He's brain broken. This is what happened. Bill Burr got like $1.5 million, and all of a sudden he had 17 different reasons why it was totally justifiable to cuck out. This like kills his rep. All right, I'm curious about checking this out. It's Bill Burr. It's over him going to the Riyadh Comedy Festival, so I want to check out these couple videos from Too Lazy to Try. I don't know, man. Right off the jump, I just feel like Bill Burr has gone so far left. Like he just thinks that everything is wrong that ever criticizes, you know, any other group of people. I think that's where we're at. Saudi Arabia, they do be killing journalists. It's pretty crazy. But let's see what we got here.
Usher, Beyonce, and Mariah Carey actually. Beyonce
okay.
and Mariah Carey actually did private New Year's gigs for $1 million. Did New Year's gigs for Gaddafi's kids.
Wow.
Can you fucking believe that? How
That's terrible. How long ago did they do that?
much fucking money do you need to make? You know, you're gonna take a gig where you're gonna go dance like a goddamn fucking clown.
Is this him before he took the fucking before he took the gig
For a mass murderer's kids.
That's crazy.
Then you take that fucking blood money. And what he's done, you couldn't remember that he claimed he was behind the Pan Am bombings that killed fellow Americans? The fuck is wrong with you?
The Royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. And yeah, it was just this great
That's crazy. Bro, how long ago was that? That's ridiculous. That's crazy. This is from 320. Oh, this is from 2011. Oh yeah, he got fucking brain broken, dude. This was 14 years ago when he said that.
positive thing. And I got to tell you, just to be a part of that was fucking amazing. And the comedians that I've been talking to just saying like,
Didn't they kill a journalist like less than a year ago? Like what the fuck?
dude, you can feel it. They wanted it. So
Guys, they wanted us to whitewash the families.
it was a mind-blowing experience.
This is
Definitely
crazy.
top 3 experiences I've ever had.
All right, so after years of Bill Burr trashing
That's crazy, dude. This like really hurts his rep here, man. This like kills his rep.
celebrities,
I thought Bill Burr was like a fucking cool based guy who knew exactly what he was talking about. But, you know, with that, like he's just got too lefty brain broken.
for taking blood money and railing against billionaires and ranting about wealth inequality, he decided to go to Saudi Arabia and accept money from the royal family, who are known for using modern slave labor, which he's being paid not to mention and help cover up. You know, when he got
Yeah, I mean, I think that maybe he's so brain broken that he thinks that those types of claims are just like super exaggerated and that he doesn't believe them. He's just like, no, you want to know what? I don't even believe it. People say all these things and it must just all be it must be propaganda. Because I don't know. I don't think that Bill Burr is actively like, oh yeah, let's run defense for Saudi Arabia. I feel like it's just like brain brokenness.
he got back, he only talked about how amazing Saudi Arabia was. So he went from saying billionaires need to be put down like rabid dogs to taking money from a trillionaire family that's known for human rights violations and modern slavery and will kill citizens that speak out against them. So I don't think it gets more hypocritical than that. But as we know,
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
obviously money talks, and it turns out Bill will drop his morals and destroy his reputation and credibility for $1.5 million.
Is that how much they paid him? That's such an egregious amount of money. There's no way that it was worth $1.5 million. Is that how much they fucking paid him?
And now he's just getting cooked for it. People are so pissed at him.
Oh my God.
And everyone doing the festival. Like, this has become a pretty big controversy.
Bro, there was like there's some like gay Jewish woman right here that my wife likes and I like too. I'm so shocked. I'm not shocked about Kevin Hart, but
Out of everyone, Bill was definitely the most shocking for people. I mean, I don't think anybody is that surprised to see Tom Segura and Andrew Schultz taking the gig.
Nah, they're fucking losers.
So Bill, he's taking the most shit for this, especially because of how hard he's just trashing the ruling class not too long ago. Like, I don't know how you could go from saying billionaires need to be put down to taking money from the Saudi royal family in less than a year. And
honestly, it's that bigotry of lowered expectations, They're from another country, so I guess he has I guess he just lowered expectation. We live here. It's easy to be like, oh, see, there's an issue here. Oh, but theirs is just exaggerated. I feel like with all our issues here, they're worse in Saudi Arabia. The equality is worse by like a fucking long shot. Yeah, so it's to me that's what it kind of communicates.
It's not like Bill's career was falling apart and he desperately needs the money.
No.
He's already low.
Well, I saw Shane Gillis turned it down, which was pretty W. And then what is it? Stavros also turned it down. So that's another fucking. I mean, God bless him for. Shane was like they offered him like a ton of money, and then when he said no, they offered him like twice as much, which is really curious. In the first, I mean, that's shady as fuck in the first place. Honestly, like, what's the goal? I don't know, man. I feel like it's pretty well known at this point that comedians are able to kind of say stuff about politics in a more palatable way, and I wouldn't doubt that part of the motivation for them to want to get these comedians over there would be to try to have some kind of like influence on politics, in general. I mean, it's fucking crazy.
And it's not like Bill's career was falling apart and he desperately needs the money. I mean, he's already loaded.
My new perspective is there's nothing wrong with being a billionaire, but if somebody is working 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month, and they can't make their rent, you're not paying them enough money. Maybe you should just be worth $900 million. Like, how does a CEO take a 8-figure bonus and none of your employees have dental insurance? They can't even go out and get a filling.
Tired of hearing about people going to bed worried about what's going to happen next week. There is so much fucking money in this country, and there's so much work being done, and if you work a full fucking week at a job, you should be able to pay your fucking rent.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
You shouldn't have to go out and get a fucking job and still be struggling. It's bad for the country. At least these fucking billionaires, they need to be put down.
It's crazy. He went there. I mean, his argument's going to be like, oh no, I don't really care about taking all this money. It's a different country, and billionaires are bad, but because people work for them, and those people are treated like shit. But it's okay for me to. It's annoying because like he's talking about like Amazon. They take advantage of their workers. They don't pay them very well. There's like bloated CEOs. I guarantee it. But to Bill, he's like, yeah, no, that's oppressive. But me whitewashing Saudi Arabia, the royal family, that's not white. That's not an issue. That's not justifying, slave labor. Because that's one of the things that they'll do. They'll do slave labor. They'll be like, hey, come on over here. We want you to do this job. And then when you get there, they're like, oh, we're actually going to pay you half, and we're going to make you work twice as long as there's nothing you can do about it. And it's like, oh, okay.
Like fucking rabid dogs. They're like rabid with fucking greed. And just going out and just dividing everybody.
So I have a feeling we probably won't hear him talk like that anymore.
It's possible. I don't know. I don't think that he's going to feel like that's a conflict. I don't think that he realizes or cares or even thinks that he's supporting some kind of like abusive tendency in another country. Again, it's like he's not seeing it over there, so he doesn't care. I mean, they're obviously going to give him like the facilitated run when they get over there. Everything's going to be nice and beautiful, and everyone's going to be treated well, and you're not going to see any of the horrors of the country, and it's all going to be hidden and all this other shit.
And if he does, everyone's just going to clown on him. There's no way people will take him seriously. I mean, he's just shameless.
I mean, this is his like first controversy, I guess, so they'll probably let him slide. I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully he just gets his shit back on straight.
And he must have thought people wouldn't have really paid attention to the festival.
Oh, Mark Maron. Yeah, Mark Maron fucking tore him apart. I love Mark Maron.
And it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because this is such a bad look. And it was kind of under the radar until a few weeks ago when other comedians started calling them out.
Yeah, Zach Woods is the first person I saw this from. I was like, oh, interesting. And it really blew up bigger than I thought it would.
And then this clip of Shane Gillis went viral where he was talking about how he's turned down multiple offers. And now this story has gotten a ton of attention and everyone's commenting on it. And people are really disappointed in Bill Burr especially.
Everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Everyone's doing it. It's like, for Saudis?
Yeah.
Weren't those the 9/11 guys?
So I thought.
Aren't they exactly the 9/11 guys?
Now, there's a lot of drips, killjoys, and dweebazoids who are saying, oh, they shouldn't do comedy over there because it's whitewashing a regime that just in June killed a journalist and killed Jamal Khashoggi and played a big role in 9/11. Shut up. Name
I saw this whole video. It was so funny.
one comedian who hasn't whored themselves out to a dictator.
Incredibly lonely it can feel to look around and see people you used to admire and respect cave
Oh, it's Doug Heffernan's wife. What the fuck?
and show up in Saudi Arabia to take a check and abandon even the most basic principles they always claim to hold. These people have failed to employ the most basic common sense and critical
She's weird. This is like a weird monologue. It's just
thinking, and others have decided to cynically accept money in exchange for whitewashing and BS. At the same time, these same people claim to be progressive
Leah Remini. Yeah.
here in the United States.
Bro, people are just so fucking brain broken. I'm telling you. It's because he's like, oh, he's part of one side, so he thinks everything that's critical of like Saudi Arabia is just like fucking propaganda. I'm telling you, that's what it boils down to. I really think that.
I have to tell you, I really think that Bill Burr sort of fucked up here, bro. I really think he fucked up. This person said, hey, did you know that Bill Burr is going to the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival, the Riyadh Comedy Festival? And I said, that can't be true. No, that's not true.
I think this guy needs to let his hair go back to normal.
Is it? No, that's not true. Come on.
But some people would say I have to stop being so fat.
Turns out it is, y'all.
They've sold their soul. They've sold their ability to talk about shit. You're fucking hypocrites.
Yeah, Bill Burr's commented on it. The next video is going to have more of that in there.
Now.
This is more of like a preamble video.
And everything you say is to be looked at through the lens of taking millions of dollars from slave owners.
And also, obviously, part of the deal
Yeah, basically. True.
for these free speech warrior comedians is they can't say anything bad about the Saudi family, culture, government, religion, and I'm sure a ton of other stuff. And even before
What's so bad about the video, dude? What are you talking about? There's nothing bad about it. What?
they went there, they weren't allowed to criticize any of that on their own podcast in America. Like,
Yeah, that's what Tim Dillon did. He took the money, he took the deal, and then he started talking shit about them, so they took it away.
Tim Dillon originally accepted an offer, and he started ranting about how they use slave labor on his podcast, and that got him fired. So these comedians have to censor themselves and just say positive things about.
I wonder if he did that just to like absolutely confirm that you if you take that money, you can't speak negatively at all. I wonder if that was the whole point of it.
Saudi Arabia. They're basically Saudi shills now. Like, as soon as Chris DiStefano got there, they put a camera in his face and made him talk about how much he loves Saudi Arabia.
I'm loving
That's fucking crazy. Well, this guy's a scumbag loser too, so.
this country so far. I've been here for about 10 hours. I've eaten more food than you can imagine. I want to know what I can
Hey, they do be loving food.
do to become a Saudi citizen. My first time ever, I've never even been to the Middle East. But when I'm here now, I literally am like, why was I always why did I never want to come here? I wish I would have come here 10 years ago. I want to.
It's so funny. Dude, I'm telling you, right? Like they see the way that we talk about the Middle East over here, and they go over there, they get the welcoming mat because they're there to whitewash the country that, you know, literally kills journalists and enslaves people. And they're like, wow, it's not terrible. Wow, this country gave me millions of dollars to come here to do a comedy festival. And then I got there, and like, who would have thought it would be nice here? Like, everybody, idiot. Like, everybody would think it would be nice there because they're literally paying you to not just speak there, okay? They're paying you so that you will be like, wow, this place is great. You're an influential person, and you're an influencer. Like, comedians are influencers in pretty, like, robust ways. It's not just like, oh, tee-hee, we're doing a comedy. There's a lot. It's quite a bit going on.
I want to hopefully. I'd like to start another family in the Middle East and not tell my family back home. I'd like to live 2 lives.
And this is obviously what the festival is mostly about, just them doing positive PR for Saudi Arabia. So these comedians will never live this shit down. Like, every comedian that didn't do it is just going to be busting their balls about it, especially the ones that turned down offers. which is going to be great. You know, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, Bill Burr needs to be roasted for this. Like, other than Chris, he might be shilling the most so far. It sounds like he really wants to do more gigs there. Like, he does not give a fuck. I mean, he's getting a ton of backlash. His fans are so disappointed. All his comments are negative, and people want to hear what he has to say about it. And he did address it on the most recent episode, but he just talked about how
He didn't really give a fuck. That's what it was.
amazing it was and how it's the best thing he's ever done, which is exactly what the Saudis want. Like, this is why they're really paying him. And he obviously
Yeah, of course.
wants to keep doing gigs there and making $1.5 million a show. So, of course, he's going to go all out, shilling for the Saudis.
Of Saudi Arabia is what I've seen, like,
Picture's crazy.
on the news. I literally think I'm going to fucking land, you know, and everybody's going to be screaming, death to America. And they're going to have, like, fucking machetes and want to, like, chop my head off, right? Because this is what I've been fed about that part of the world, right? And we're flying over it.
Whoa. And I'm like, wow, this isn't terrible.
It's nothing but, like, these long roads and sand. It's like nothing.
So funny. It's so funny, dude. This is the guy that would go to like a fucking, like, Bill Burr right now is the guy who would go to a plantation and they'd be like, wow, it's like kind of nice here. Like, it's actually not super poor or anything. And it looks like the slaves are getting treated pretty well. It's so beautiful here. Like, wow. Everything I heard about how slavery was bad, it was actually wrong, right? Hey guys, I'm in Saudi Arabia, the slavery capital of the world. Hey guys, they kill journalists, but that's not a big deal because it's like really nice. It's almost like Disneyland here. It's incredible.
And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck did I get myself into? And then we land, and everybody's just regular.
Whoa.
They're dressed different, but they're regular.
Wow, who would have
Like
thought?
people just shooting the shit. Hey, how you doing? You know.
Hey, how are you? Hey, what's going on here? Yeah, I know they invented the cotton gin. It's like, it's fucking crazy. Like, what a great piece of technology. They're just so regular. They talk about regular stuff, regular inventions. They're just talking about like regular old people shit. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, welcome. We're saying, hey, we know we're happy to be here, and we're driving around, and then I'm just like going like, I thought this place was gonna be like really tense.
All the time. Yeah, right.
And I'm thinking, like, is that a Starbucks?
Whoa.
Next to a Pete's Coffee? Next to a Burger King?
Guys, is there a capitalism here? Well, I know in my country capitalism bad, but now I'm in a new country where they pay me $1.5 million to talk for a half hour. Wait, capitalism good here? Capitalism good where slavery is? Capitalism bad where underpayment is? Though. Wow. So either you, what is it about it that really gets you going? Is it the fact that you don't care about the brown slaves, or what is it? What's happening? What are we thinking here? Maybe he just doesn't care that brown people are getting enslaved. He cares if white people are getting underpaid, but not if brown people are getting enslaved. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. I really appreciate that a lot. That was like that's really good.
Next to a McDonald's, next to a Pizza Hut.
What? A Pizza Hut?
Next to a Dunkin' Donuts, next to a Krispy Kreme, next to a Cheesecake Factory, next to a KFC.
Oh my god, dude,
Next to
there's KFC in Yemen, guys.
Chili's? They got a fucking Chili's over
That's
here?
fucking crazy.
Then we go into the mall because I want to get my kids something.
And they got an FAO Schwartz in there.
There was a Timberland store. I could have
Wow.
bought Timberlands
Could've
like I
got
was in
Tim's.
Brooklyn, New York.
Who got Tim's?
And then there's advertisement for like
Wow.
boxing and fucking Formula One and MotoGP and
Are you
golf and
serious?
all of this stuff. And I was like, oh.
Are you serious?
And then it just struck me as funny. It's
Wow.
like, they're eating this shit too. They're going to have to get some bigger fucking clothes. They're going to end up
They're
looking
gonna-
like us.
Oh, got him.
So, I go down to do the show, right? And they say, all right, the front two rows is going to be all diplomats. And these
I just find it crazy because if Bill went to like a really nice part of New York and saw all these really nice things, he would be sitting here and be like, he would be like, oh yeah, it looks great, but there's so many problems with so many businesses. But he went to another country with less, with fewer laws that protect people, and he's like, this is fucking great.
padded seats. And then up top, the Royals are going to be there.
Wow.
And I could just feel like these fucking people, the people.
They're just so
Okay, they want a fucking show. You could feel it. I was talking to the other comics. You
wow.
could feel
Wait, are you saying the people that paid you to be there wanted you to be there? Are you serious? Bill, I'm fucking flabbergasted. I never would have thought.
They wanted you to push,
They wanted
right?
you to be there,
it was
yeah.
really fucking exciting. So I go up on stage and I start doing my shit and they're fucking into it. Everything's
Wow.
going good. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm checking out the diplomats as I'm doing this stuff and they're all fucking laughing.
Are we like are we expected to believe that like there wasn't some kind of coaching? Like, yeah, they said when you come here, these are like some of the jokes that they might resonate with. You should do these jokes, so that was not none of that. You expect us to believe that wasn't part of the conversation?
All right, so I'm going to push a little farther. And all of a sudden I start getting in the zone. This is really amazing.
Wow.
And it was just this great exchange of energy, right?
That's amazing.
So the Royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled.
It's great.
And yeah, it was just this great positive thing. And I got to tell you, just to be a part of that was fucking amazing. And the comedians that I've been talking to just saying like, dude, you can feel it. They wanted it. They wanted it. They wanted you to like the people.
That's incredible. I love that so much.
You know, they go online and they see it. And they want to like see real stand-up comedy.
Wow.
So,
do they not have their own stand-up comedians there? Are they just not funny? Like, what's the implication of that?
it was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've...
It was a great experience. I went to a place and they cheered for me, so I felt good about myself. I'm a baby. I'm a baby, guys. I'm a baby. It felt nice for people to say that I'm cool.
Ever had.
And some of the comments on this podcast have almost as many likes as the podcast, which is a bad sign. And it has almost 80% dislikes. So he's just getting destroyed here. And like someone said in this podcast, Bill tells us about how Saudi Arabia is not bad because they have American fast food. And would you take a gig in the U.S. where you're not allowed to make fun of Trump? And Bill hates billionaires, but only if they're not paying him. And all his comments on Instagram are the same.
Well, no, he hates billionaires unless they're like non-white. That's what it comes down to. Like Bill Burr is brain broken. He's like so fed, like he's so fed into the way that we engage here. He's so fed up, I guess, with like the fucking propaganda or whatever, that he takes the opposite stance. Like instead of being like, yeah, it's probably not as bad as they say, but there's going to be problems. Like I literally look at the news and how they assassinated journalists. He just, everything they say is wrong. If America says a thing, especially the current American administration, it must be wrong. I'm not going to look at it myself. I'm not going to like look into the journalist being killed or have my fucking manager do it. No, it's just wrong. That's what it is.
So I think a lot of people are done with him. I mean, his career will probably be fine. You know, his career in Hollywood will be fine. But it sounds like a lot of the fans of his podcast and fans of what he's been saying the past year about billionaires and wealth inequality are probably done with him. But let me know what you guys think. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out my Patreon. I just posted another Duncan Trussell video because that dude has completely lost it. It's worse than I thought. I mean, he might be the worst at handling criticism. And same thing with Theo Vaughn. He crashed out recently and completely bombed at his Netflix taping. And it was brutal. I mean, the Rogan sphere is completely falling apart now. And
I mean, it makes sense.
Been covering all that over on my Patreon. There are over 150 exclusive videos, so if you want to stay up to date with everything and you enjoy the channel and want extra content, make sure you check it out. It's definitely worth it. I'll put a link in the description.
All right, let's watch the second video, dude.
I can't believe you went to that place I can't find on a map, and this bot said I was
This piece, the place that the slaveries.
upset about it, so now I am. I can't believe how much anger I had about this issue after it went viral.
So you're here to apologize?
No, not at all. It was one of the most amazing experiences I've had as a comedian. It was incredible. And what was the best part is my whole life is I've been paranoid about the news. Like I watch the news and I always go like, this doesn't feels like they're moving stuff around, they're shifting it. So to actually kind of be in the middle of one of those stories and actually...
It's just so crazy. I don't get it. I don't understand why at no point it crossed his mind that they might be putting on a show for him when he gets there. They're spending unrealistic amounts of money. I guarantee you he would have done the show for half the money because they're overpaying him. So drastically overpaying you, and you're showing up to the show and like you don't expect them to put on their own show to make it like, oh, it's not so bad. Can't spell Saudi billionaire without Bill. True.
Confirm it, and watching them lying their ass off, saying there was no women there, which was a lie. It was just great to be at home. I fucking knew it. I knew they were lying.
There were no women there? Holy shit.
All right.
It's not all right.
you
It's
sound
really
like
fucked
anyone's
up that they do that.
You sound like anyone's uncle yelling at the TV.
All right, so Bill Burr has been trying to address the Riyadh Comedy Festival controversy, and he is not doing himself any favors with this.
No, he's gonna double down, obviously, and he's gonna just keep like eating up the fucking Saudi Arabia propaganda.
I mean, this feels even more insulting than him actually doing the festival. You know, I'd respect it more if he's just like, listen, it was too much money to turn down. That's why I did it. Because instead, he's trying to act like.
Well, you know what? I think that there could have been a midway. He could have said something like, "Listen, I wanted to see if it was as bad as everyone says, and it's not," while also keeping in mind all the fucked up shit they do. I guess. I guess we just brushed past 9/11, and we're brushing past the killing of journalists and, the slaves that they enslaved there.
This was a virtuous thing he did, and if you criticize it, you're the self-righteous one or sanctimonious one. He kept saying that when he addressed it on his podcast. And Conan O'Brien's, he did a live show with Conan, and people apparently walked out during it. It was that bad.
That's crazy. I love Conan. It doesn't sound like Conan actively supports that. It seems like he's more just kind of fence-sitting intentionally for the show,
Because in between Burr acting like the people criticizing him are the ones virtue signaling, you talk about how if you actually care about Saudi Arabia and the people there, you'd realize this was a positive thing he did. He really acts like this was some philanthropic work he was doing over there and says it helped progress their country. And of course...
How did it help progress their country? What joke did he do there? Was he like, yeah, I went there and I made some jokes about Saudi Arabia killing journalists? Did he do that? And he's like, yeah, they laughed. That doesn't sound like it to me.
Never mentions all the money he got paid to go over there by the royal family, and doesn't mention the human rights violations they commit. So it's impossible.
If only all the other comedians like Shane Gillis were just played ball. They divided and conquered, guys. Some people that turned it down. Fuck them, dude. What a bunch of rude guys. If only they did it too, we would all be propagandized by the Saudi Arabian government.
Possible to take him seriously anymore. I mean, even at one point during this podcast, when he's trying to be serious and talk about how they help progress over there, I'm pretty sure you can hear someone in the crowd laugh at him.
And to their credit, they said, all right, what do we got to do? And they basically whittled it all the way down to you couldn't talk about any religion. Theirs, yours, anybody else's, and you couldn't make fun of the royals. That was it. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, that's fucked up, man.
That is pretty fucked up. Would you I think that somebody said it well the other time, or it said it best before. Like, would you take a festival that didn't let you insult Trump?
It's like, well, they just progressed the ball like 10 yards, and it was amazing. And we get there, it's like in the round, and I'm waiting to go on, and everybody in the crowd is dressed like fucking Yasser Arafat, right? Listen, what went going on over there was.
Oh, I see. I was right. It's the bigotry of lower expectations. What he's saying is that since the country is not very progressive, the fact that they are more progressive than they have been means it's justifiable to take money to whitewash a like pretty horrific government that enslaves people. That's the point that he's making. He's doing like that relative thing. Like, yeah, well, it is better, so it's fine. It's not a big deal at all. Like, you can have that opinion and saying it's getting better without going there and taking a bunch of money to whitewash it.
It's a super positive thing. If you actually give a fuck about those people and how they're living over there, there's going to have to be these types of things to kind of pull them in. And I will tell you.
I see. He's saying him going there was actually an act of service because he made that country more progressive by taking like $1.5 million. Got it. That's what he's saying. Holy fuck. He's fucking virtuous, dude.
The Cheesecake Factory in Riyadh, man, it's incredible. It's right next to the Pizza Hut and the KFC. And if you want a pair of Timberlands, it's across the street next to the Marriott, catty corner to the fucking Hilton.
Hey guys, I was shopping on Main Street in Saudi Arabia and it was cool. Great.
Things like this have to happen in order to gradually progress. And then, it was necessary. It felt right afterward. Like I really, and it really was like the people, and I vibed with them and they were funny.
Yeah. So Bill's critics just don't understand.
They're funny, dude. They do be funny. And we love it.
He did this because he's a man of the people. Like, it's actually really brave and progressive to get paid a ton of money by a corrupt government and then do positive PR for them and ignore their use of slave labor. You won't hear old Billy Bonesaw joke about that at all because then he'll never get a check from the Saudis again. Like, Tim Dillon proved that was off limits. At least he was being honest and didn't censor himself, and he's being too honest. Like, he literally said he's just doing it for the money, and he's being paid to look the other way when it comes to slave labor and human rights violations.
I think that's those remarks is what got him to lose the deal too.
So that shows ignoring that stuff is part of the deal, and Bill knows that, you know, because usually he has no problem making fun of countries and making fun of the people there and their government and how they do things. And he used to do that with Saudi Arabia, but now that they're paying him, it's a different story. Like, now he'll just make a couple lighthearted jokes and then talk about how amazing his experience was and how great the people and culture are. And then he'll act like if you have a problem with him performing there, it's because you're a racist idiot that can't find Saudi Arabia on a map.
Damn, he fucking cocked himself, dude. Holy shit.
Like, also to cope, he starts talking about how corrupt every country he performs in is. But of course, he never mentions the big differences. He's getting paid by the Saudi
He's getting paid a ton of money, and he's not allowed to criticize certain people.
government to ignore the corruption there. And then also he talks about how
And you can't talk about religion there either, apparently.
Iceland is a more ethical country. But then he's like, it's kind of weird over there, though. And then he makes a joke about how there's a lot of inbreeding in Iceland and they need an app to help prevent against it. And the audience does not seem to like that, probably because he just spent 15 minutes shilling for Saudi Arabia and ignoring everything wrong with that country, which ironically is one of the most inbred countries. But
Yeah, I was going to say they probably have a struggle with that as well.
But they gave him a fat check, so he'll never joke about that and would probably say you're racist if you mention that. So he's just hard to listen to now. You know, he's totally bought and paid for. Also, after the crowd gets upset about what he says about Iceland, he mocks them for being overly sensitive and dumb Americans that couldn't even find Iceland on a map.
Everybody can just...
That's that all it is? He looked at a map. He looked at Google Maps and he's like, I'm better than you for doing 10 seconds of research. Gotcha, liberal.
You know, they release the bots so they can just keep it going. And
Did you know?
I am happy that
Did you have an inkling before you went to Riyadh? Did you or the other comedians have any sense that there'd be this kind of response when you got back?
No, I had no fucking idea. Because you know what was funny? One time I did Abu Dhabi, and one person texted me, "Oh, you're going over there to get that blood money, right?" And I go, "Hey, you know, just for the record, I'm also doing London, England on that tour, you know, which is arguably the bloodiest fucking money out there."
Oh, get it? Because they say bloody hell.
So there's like that element.
I mean, it probably isn't anymore, but okay.
Of racism to it, where if brown people are doing it, it's fucked up.
We don't do that stuff anymore. That's the difference, dude. That's the whole fucking difference, bro. Okay. Yeah, dude, I told you, he's brain broken. He's doubled down, bro. This is what happened. Bill Burr got like $1.5 million to cuck out, and all of a sudden he had 17 different reasons why it was totally justifiable to cuck out. That's what happened. That's it. It's really not that fucking complicated. That's all it took. Once he got enough money, he learned that he can come up with any reason to justify it. That's all it took.
Are doing. What are you talking about? You know, almost like sports. So, yeah, my team doesn't cheat. Your fucking team cheats. So, I mean, if we're gonna do the blood money game, I think the only countries I've ever played in that is clean money was New Zealand and I think Iceland. But then Iceland is weird, where over there they have an app, a dating app that doesn't say, you know, if you're related, it's how. Because they're all part of the same thing over there. It's true.
Wait, that's not a joke.
That's not a joke. It's fucking true.
Yeah.
Look at you guys. Oh, now he's going after Iceland. Now I'm really upset with that place. I don't really quite know where it is next to England. Is that it? No, that's Ireland. That's Isle of Man. That's fucking Iceland. So, no, I'm part of I don't give a fuck what all these phony fucking people are saying. My thing is I go out to perform in front of fucking people, and like as I've been traveling the world, I want to see more of it. And the thing that I loved about going to these Arab countries is that their sense of humor, they're silly. They're really silly. And I'm a silly person.
So it's wild. He mocks the audience there for being too sensitive and then talks about how the Saudis have a great sense of humor, even though there's clearly a lot of topics he would never joke about over there and not even joke about here because he wants...
Well, it's not even that you wouldn't joke about it. It's that you're not allowed to joke about it, right? There might be, you know, if you're going to go to a certain area, even in the United States, you're probably going to try to keep your jokes within an area that you think is funny. But there's a difference between wanting to be able to read the room and make a joke that'll resonate with them versus not being able to make certain jokes. Those are two very different things. Those are two completely different things. And I think that's the biggest problem here.
Wants to continue going over there. And it's funny because I'm sure them inbreeding is probably one of those topics. So if Bill really wants to prove that they have a great sense of humor, let's see him make fun of them for inbreeding next time he's over there. And then also, of course, Bill tries to spin this like he just loves traveling and going to new places and experiencing new cultures and meeting new people. And that's the reason he did it. You know, it had nothing to do with the all expenses paid trip and 1.5 million he was getting when he went there. And he even said the people that didn't go, I think he might be referring to the comedians that turned it down, or maybe just people in general. But he said, if you don't want to go there, you didn't go there, then you're an asshole.
I'm a silly person and like Anchorman type of shit. But like they don't fucking show that over here. So it's kind of fun to get a worldview by going like a little more of an informed worldview than, you know, if you sit on your couch and let some talking head, you know, then you just think.
But how is it an informed worldview? What the fuck? It's just crazy. It's interesting that like at no point in his mind does he think, I'm visiting a very small part of this country. Like, what if a lot of this is for show? How much did he explore? Honestly, how long was he there for? How much did he explore? What do you think he did? Stayed in the main city, in the rich area, the tourist area of Saudi Arabia? There's tourist areas everywhere. Where do you think that he went? Do you think that he went around to the poor areas, or do you think he stayed in the tourist area? Do you think he read the news before he went there? I was like, wait a minute, this is pretty fucked up. No, of course not. He decided that even like the confirmed fact that they killed journalists over there, like Jamal Khashoggi, doesn't matter to him. It's all propaganda now. That's it. It's all propaganda, dude. Because they said it here, it must not be true. That's all he did. He literally did what MAGA does. Well, because the opponent said this, it's not true. He's fucking brain broken. Like that to me is actual Trump derangement syndrome. It's not when you criticize Trump. It's when you act just like a MAGA fucking cultist freak. And that's exactly what Bill Burr is doing, dude. It's just crazy. He's out of his mind.
I think it's machine guns and people saying all of that stuff, and it's like, I don't know. It was a really like, I was like buzzing after the show. That's what a good time it was. And
Wow, that's so
all of
beautiful.
these fucking assholes that didn't go and never will go, all they're ever going to see is, you know, the machine guns. And you know, if that's how you want to live, that's how you want to live. I really, I don't give a fuck, Conan. And if it affects my career, you know, I've been to LAX enough in my life. You know, I'll fucking sit home for a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. That's true. Fucking crazy.
So I guess if you don't take Saudi blood money from the crown prince, then you're just an uncultured asshole. So I think this is when
He's not just taking it though either. It's like he's taking it up the ass. Like he's taking it and then he's running a whitewash campaign on it. It's fucking crazy. What the hell?
some of the audience started walking out because, I mean, who wants to listen to this? Like, he was just insulting the audience. And this was a theater in LA, so I'm sure most of the people there
The theater
were liberals and probably used to like Bill. Like, this person who was on Reddit said they always liked him and thought he was a smart guy. But then they went to this and realized he was completely out of touch. Like they said, he went on a bizarre rant about how he did such an incredible act of good by doing this festival, and that anyone
That's fucking crazy to me.
upset at him is a moron who doesn't know where Saudi Arabia is on a map and must think everyone there is a machete-wielding, people-beheading psychopath because they've never actually been to the country like he has. We couldn't believe how self-righteous he was about it all, talking about how because he went and performed comedy there, he helped advance the people over there to be closer to where we're at. So even a crowd in LA thought Bill was being too self-righteous.
Damn. Even in fucking LA, bro, that's cucked. If they're even fucking making fun of you in LA for being too cucked, I mean, you're fucking cucked.
That's pretty bad. And after he gets done explaining how he helped Saudi Arabia progress, he probably felt people kind of turning on him. So then he started going off about the U.S. government and ICE deportations, and he got people back on his side.
Yeah, he's doing a Trump right now.
But it was interesting because at first it seemed like people were kind of conflicted about cheering for him. Like usually when he says something like this, the whole crowd erupts. But at first it seemed like people didn't really know how to react to this.
What was so great about it was the people there. You could feel it, like they needed it, they wanted it, and they wanted you to push. And that's what the comics did. And your job was to just, okay, we've gotten them to here. Now you can move them to there. And it's
so like Bill Burr. I think that's fair. It's just, I think it's like kind of like a blow to his credibility. Because now when you look at him, like he's not going to really criticize. Like he's going to, I don't know, dude. He's just too fucking, he's gonna pull punches when it comes to like non-American culture or non-Western culture. Like he's a West bad guy now. Like that's what's happening here.
It's like, as much as people don't like what's going on over there, it's like they're not going to progress with isolation. So if you go over there and you just sort of like move them a little bit towards us, you know, I don't know. I feel like we're moving towards them in a lot of ways over here, you know? Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, we're fucking grabbing moms and dads and sticking them in a van for making illegally made fucking tacos to go to alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah. Okay. So why is it bad when we do it and it's not bad when they do it? Like what? And again, he's just going to be like, well, we're regressing and they're progressing. So that makes it better. It doesn't make it better, dude. It doesn't make it better at all. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
He's too woke like Alex the Fiction says Olivia is from H3 Pod.
It's insane. And you know, someday they're going to be out of brown people to put in those vans. They're still going to have the vans, so you shouldn't be feeling comfortable about it, thinking that you're not going to be in it. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. So
once Bill got done trying to prove how righteous he is for performing in Saudi Arabia and speaking out about ICE, then he said the people criticizing him are the ones trying to virtue signal and they're being performative, because Conan mentions how Bill's been getting the most shit for this because of how famous he is. And
I don't think it's just a famous thing. I think it's because he's some of his jokes have like hit the activism sphere. I mean, to some degree, I would say that some people would compare him to like George Carlin, and I don't think that's a bad comparison, or at least it was. Well, I guess it was. It used to not be a bad comparison. Now though, he's like, again, he seems to be shilling out for Saudi Arabia.
And people are annoyed with Conan too for not pushing back. Like the real reason Bill's getting so much shit for this is because of how hypocritical he is. And people,
I don't know. I don't really blame Conan. He's not really in the role to be like super pushing back. It's more of like an interview style thing, you know.
People actually expected better from him, you know, because he's the one that spent the past year talking about how bad wealth inequality is and how bad billionaires are and how they need to be put down like rabid dogs, only to take money from one of the most oppressive regimes and turn a blind eye to slave labor. But if you point that out, apparently you're the one being performative.
Have you talked to the other comics that you went over there with and compared notes on the reaction since you got back?
yeah, we all had like a great time over there, and then everybody else is just going like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
you know what I love? That a bunch of people went over, but because of your success, you're one of the main names that gets mentioned over and over again. So congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, well,
again, it's a success and like the legacy that he's built. You don't fucking see this when like nobody gives a fuck about Tom Segura because he's a loser, you know?
I haven't literally watched any of it, or I don't care about all of that performative shit. And it's like if someone actually wanted to have a real conversation and stuff like that, you know? I mean, I could get all the way into...
I prefer the fake ones, baby.
Like, as far, you know, as like a performer... one of my favorite things is this.
Yeah, so I guess Bill's critics were just being too performative. You know, like I really thought he's just going over to Saudi Arabia for the money. I didn't realize it was really like a humanitarian effort. So I got it all wrong. You know, Bill really truly is a man of the people. But let me know what you guys think. And if you want extra content from me, I just posted a big video on Patreon about how Theo Von is spiraling out of control. He bombed out a Netflix taping. He's been coping over that. And then afterwards, he got publicly embarrassed by a reporter he tried hitting on, and she just shut him down. It was hard to watch. And then also Duncan Trussell.
Damn. He's not married? Isn't he older?
He's losing it too. That guy's down bad. So the comedy scene's a mess. And if you want to stay up to date with it, I post every week on there, and I have over 150 exclusive videos on Patreon. So make sure you check it out. I'll put a link in the description.
Damn, I've never seen him push that hard for his Patreon. It's crazy. Good. God bless. All right, good video.